Attention, please. It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's rock.
It's the world according to Woot. It's the world according to Woot. According to Woot. Good evening, Silly Valley.
So Jim says I should do that. So I do that.
That's her signature move.
Hi,
right?
everybody.
Hey,
Good
guys.
evening. It is Wednesday, the 12th,
Is that what it is?
and welcome to our second edition of WAW Season 2.
Oh, yeah. That's
Season 2.
right. Second episode. Welcome to WAW, the show where important topics of the day are largely ignored.
And foolishness reigns supreme, and it really does.
It's going to reign supreme tonight
Yeah.
because we've got the lunatic with us.
We have the lunatic, Mr. Dan Johnson from Which One's Pink, and we're excited to talk to him tonight.
Yeah, so you spoke and we listened right on the year end. Everybody, I said, who should we have on? Everybody said, hey, you got to have somebody from Which One's Pink. And
That's
I
right.
thought,
That's
we
right.
have a lot of choices here, but the guy that's probably going to deliver it better than anybody is with us tonight. That's Dan Johnson. He's been with him from the start, 1998.
1998.
is when they started.
He's the founding member of Which One's Pink.
One of the founding
Which One's
members.
Pink?
They still have quite a few original members in the group.
Yep.
So he's going to tell us, how the group has evolved over the years, how they got started. It's going to be really interesting.
Yeah,
Looking
yeah.
forward to it.
It's a great group.
So first of all, we got to.
So what have you been doing this week?
Well,
Jim's been promoting.
I've actually
promoting.
I've been trying to style my hair in a way that I feel like I could compete with you tonight.
Hello, Claire. Hello, Rick. Rick.
Hey, Eric. Hi,
Rick,
Donna.
thank you
Hi,
so much
Bob.
for our gifts. Rick, by the way,
Oh, Rick, dude.
Rick came to the Grove Show last weekend and brought us a
Oh,
gaggle
man.
full of gifts.
Rick, thank you so much, brother. Those CSN and Y CDs are incredible,
No,
man.
but tell him what you really loved. Tell him what you really loved about his gifts.
What?
That is no longer with us in this home.
Oh, no, I think that was Deanna. Deanna got us the peanut brittle, right?
Was that Deanna?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Thank you, Deanna. Thank you, Deanna. But Rick kind of did.
Well, yeah,
But it
Rick,
was from
Rick was
Rick.
there
Thank you.
at the
Thank you.
delivery.
Yes,
So,
okay.
hey, Scott.
All right.
Thanks for joining us. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Rick. Ricky. Yeah,
Yes,
John.
Bob
and
Bacon,
Jonas.
another great hair day, Bob. But Bob, we talk about this every week.
Okay,
You
guys.
can't just say another great hair day. You have to say which hair day is the best, because we have a little thing going on. We have a little competition happening.
I'm looking at it here and I'm thinking, okay, who's having the best hair day? I keep thinking I'm going to even be in the conversation, but
yeah.
guys, I think I'm going to have to pull out the curling iron if I'm going to have any shot here.
And you can't, because that would be weird. So I'm always going to win. So again, thank you, Bob, for saying I had the best hair day on this show. Hello,
Dan.
John Deere.
Hi, Dan.
Scott
Hi,
Wardlow,
Sal.
Leslie Connors. Hi, everybody.
Yeah,
Sal,
thanks for joining us, guys.
happy-
Manny the man is here.
Manny the man, because it's not for us, it's for Dan. You know that, right?
Uh-oh, Alan says it's you.
Oh, thank you, Alan. Thank you.
I have to agree with you tonight, Alan. I'm sorry.
So welcome.
Hi,
We
Alan.
are so happy to be with you guys tonight.
Yes, this is going to be a great night. Dan and I go way back.
Way back.
We've actually known each other since I started in Led Zeppelin, which was 2001.
2001.
I was 15 years old
Yeah,
at the time.
I was like
and,
5. It's amazing. It's amazing. Amazing how time
Hi,
flies.
Adele. So yeah, this is going to be great. Dan was not only a founding member of Pink, but he's kind of a tribute band historian. He can tell you about all the tributes that have gone through the scene over the last 25 years.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a really interesting conversation tonight. And he's a Lakers and Dodgers fan.
All right.
And,
Well,
and
he's
Rams.
Hello,
fan.
Shannon Ray.
Shannon.
Bob
Thank you
said
for
you're both
joining us.
beautiful, so we can't decide.
Oh, thank you,
But
Bob.
Bob, again, I'm going to need you to
Appreciate
not
it,
write
brother.
the fence. All right. So what do we have planned? What do we have planned for
Okay,
this
so-
week?
so this-
What's our week look like?
First of all, we're going to talk about our sponsor,
Yep.
who I'm going to visit possibly next week
Yeah.
because I need a couple of
Yeah.
oil changes.
Because we all own cars and we all have car issues and we all
Yeah.
have car maintenance and it's what we do. We spend a
well, if we're responsible,
my mom
that's
is
what
not
we
my
do.
Facebook friend, but I was going to say we spend a blank full of money on our cars.
Not if you know Calvin. You
Yeah,
know.
that's true. That's
No,
true.
Calvin's
So
the man.
Calvin Ellis at 501 East Glen Oaks Boulevard in Glendale, California. Calvin's Auto Repair. If you mention WAW, you will get 10% off. 10% off, people.
That's right, 10%. And we missed out on that the last time. We went in for a service, and I forgot
And you forget to say
I forgot to
WAW.
mention
So we did not get our 10% off.
But Calvin, I'm going to be bringing the Camry and the Ram ProMaster in next week. They're both due. I don't think you're due for one, right? I think you're good.
Nope, my Land Rover's good.
Hey,
Actually,
Darren. Hi,
I
Sammy.
take my Land Rover to the dealer still. I'm still
Hi,
within that
Armando.
5-year mark.
Hi, Jim.
Yep.
They're coming in droves. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. Okay, so and then as far as the shows are concerned, we've got 2 this weekend. If you happen to be up in Bakersfield, Led Zeppelin is playing at the 1933 Event Center. That's on Friday night at 8 p.m. And then the very next night, we're heading over to Morro Bay to play at the Siren, which is always a blast. And that's going to be an 8 o'clock start time as well. And that's in Morro. So Bakersfield on Friday, Morro Bay on Saturday. Then I'm driving all the way back, driving down to San Pedro on Sunday. And Deja Vu, tribute to Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, is going to be playing at the Alva's Showroom in San Pedro,
Right.
California,
That's
4 p.m. And if any of you are interested in going to that, I'd say get on their website right now because there's only 32 tickets left. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
You better
But
get your ticket.
Well,
you
no,
won't
because
get in.
guys, on Sunday I am going to Vancouver. I am actually getting on a plane. I am. I go to all your shows. I support all your stuff, but Sunday
Listen to this lame
I'm
excuse,
actually.
guys.
You're going to be the bad guy in a second. I'm getting on a plane. I'm going up to Vancouver for 4 days to visit my sister, and we're going to wrap up the balance of my mom's items. And she has a storage unit full of stuff, so I cannot let that stuff go without looking at it, touching it, and making sure that I look at everything that was special to her. So I will be going to Vancouver to spend some time with my sister Dana and wrapping up the balance of my mom's life. So my mom passing in the last couple months has kind of made me address all my stuff that
Really?
we have all this stuff that is special to us, but literally when we pass, it's not special to anybody else.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
you have to go through everything. And I've literally in the last couple of months put Post-its on everything I own that I want my kids to hang on to. Doesn't mean they're going to, but I'm hoping they will. Letting them know, this is my bracelet when I was a little girl. These were my mittens that my grandma made for me. Just certain things.
All right.
So you guys Post-it notes on your stuff that you want your kids to address, because I know that my children will probably order a dumpster and throw it all away.
You think so?
I feel like that would be the case. And I feel like, there's a lot of stuff that my mom had that I would love to ask her what this meant to her.
Wait a minute. Your kids are going to dump it away? Or are you assuming that I'm going to go before you do?
All right. So how's everybody's week? Everybody's week good.
Okay.
I'm all right.
All right. So,
All right. So let's talk about the Blondie collection, you guys. I am caught up. And I have some amazing orders, but if you would like a personalized cup or tumbler, 30 ounce, 20 ounce, I will make it for you. I've made band tumblers. I've made everything that you would like to have. So please, www.theblondiecollection.com, order a personalized tumbler from me, and I will make it for you.
Yeah, there you go. I'm trying to think if we've. Guys, if you do me a favor, check in on the Laker game every once in a while. And
Bob Bacon's good for that. Bob Bacon,
Bob,
you have
can
to
you stay
check in
top
on
of
that for us.
me?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, there's been a couple of games this year, actually more than a couple, that I've had to just turn off.
Thank you, David.
like
David's
5
one of my
minutes
best customers, by the way, and he
David's
says that
great,
she's the best.
Hey, Paul.
Thank you, David. David keeps me working.
Toyo Joe.
I can't even tell you.
Toyo Joe is with us.
Hello,
Thank you,
Toyo.
brother.
Yes. Thank you, David. I want to give a clap for David because he keeps me working. I am so grateful. And I love making everything that you throw at me because you give me some challenges and it's amazing. It's amazing.
Okay, Darren has notice about our guest.
All right. What Darren
Thank you,
says.
Bob. Bob's going to stay on top
We've
of
been
that.
jonesing for
Like
some
this.
Dan Johnson,
The madman.
the madman, or the lunatic.
Okay, what does he say now?
I don't know. Oh, is there more?
Yeah,
Okay.
what did he say right after that?
That's it.
No, the madman. What is he saying there?
Oh, the madman. We won our pudding, and yes, we ate our meat too. Okay, so there's a story about that. When you actually said that to me one day, and I thought you were a Looney Tune. That was before I wasn't raised with classic rock and roll.
I'm telling you guys,
the
I
pudding and
thought
the
I was
meat,
going to have to break up with her. I quoted that line from the
didn't
Pink
even know what
Floyd
that
tune,
meant. I didn't even know
and
what
she
that
looked
meant.
at me like I had 3 heads.
I thought he was insane. Yeah, I thought he was insane.
Dan's going to have to excuse you for that one.
Dan Johnson adds so much to the party, and you're right, he does. And
Yeah.
you know what my biggest memory of Dan Johnson is?
What's that?
Every time I say a word, he will start singing a lyric of
Oh,
a
yeah.
song.
Now, we play a
Yeah.
game every once in a
Yeah.
while called Encore,
Yeah.
where
We should invite Dan Johnson
Oh,
and April
man,
to
I'm
play with
telling
us,
you.
but no, we
That-
shouldn't
no,
because he would win.
he would
yeah,
blow
no,
us out of the
we're not
water.
going to have Dan Johnson over to play this
he
game.
can come up with a lyric from a tune
Every
from
single
any word that you mention.
anything,
And I'm sure you're going to hear some of that tonight.
anything.
So let's do this.
All right. Well, we're going to do a little bit of an intro. I kind of created this. There was a lot of material that I could have shown, and we could have watched hours on Dan Johnson. But I just kind of did a little kind of like a little taste of what he does.
The first clip you're going to hear is actually an interview that Dan did on KFI. Just we've got a little excerpt of it.
Right before they were on World's Greatest.
Yeah, just prior to Which One's Pink, I believe was their first appearance on World's Greatest Tribute Bands.
Right. All right.
So go ahead and roll the tape, Roscoe.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to find it. Here we go. Sorry, guys. Here we go.
So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell the green field from a cold steel rain? Smile from pain. Do you think you can tell?
Welcome to the fabulous Lisa Walter Show, KFIM 640, more stimulating talk radio. I have no idea. You would have to tell me. Which one's pink? Is this actual Pink Floyd? It's not. This is the band. This is the tribute band. Which one's pink? That's so awesome. All right. We're going to be joined by our guest from the tribute band, Pink Floyd tribute band. Which one's pink? On to the tribute band. Some of you are posting some of your favorite tribute bands up on the Fabulous Lisa Walter Show Facebook page. And I've been tweeting about it today. A lot of people are responding. I know that they're popular. I always enjoy seeing tribute bands. But now there's a TV show on AXS TV. That's AXS.TV called The World's Greatest Tribute Bands. And the episodes run on, I guess, Monday night. And the one tomorrow night features the Pink Floyd tribute band, Which One's Pink? And Dan Johnson, of Which One's Pink, is in studio with me right now. Hi, Dan.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm just doing fabulous.
Thank you. And I know that you are just back from a gig today. Just came back from India.
That's correct. Last night we played a show. Which One's Pink? In India at the Rockyard at Fantasy Springs Resort and Casino. And it was 111 degrees when we loaded in the gear.
Oh, wow.
Fortunately, we didn't start playing until the sun went down. So it was about 101 when we started playing.
So it didn't get that much. The conditions didn't lighten up for you that much. You're pretty suntan, I have to tell you.
It was a dry heat.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Although we liquided it up on stage with a few beers. And I was up all night basically gambling. And we drove in just in time to make it here to the show. So if I sound a little crispy, I am.
Well, no, you're not crispy. You have a great deep voice, which I guess you utilize as the sound effects, special effects, vocal effects guy for Which One's Pink?
Well, that's a complicated title. Actually, to shorten it up, I am simply the lunatic.
Oh, okay.
There's the man. How you doing, Dan? Oh wait, you got
sunglasses on to deal with the glare from the hair.
Hey, I know my hair's getting pretty light. It's almost time to get some more.
The glare from the hair. I mean, I feel like that's a rhyming thing. The glare from the hair.
Yeah.
She asked me why. Why?
So welcome, Dan Johnson. Oh,
hi there. People don't really know what I look like because I'm always wearing the sunglasses.
You are. That's right. That's right.
Which is a fortunate thing.
Wait, should we have masks on right now, though?
You have the mask. Oh my God.
This interview is going to be really great.
Right. We've already given each other COVID, Dan, so we don't have to wear masks.
We pass it back and forth.
I have a question for you, though.
Yeah.
Where are you going with that mask I found? No Stone Temple Pilots fans here? Come on.
Oh, no, man.
You put the pressure on me. I come through and of course that.
Well, how you doing, Dan?
I'm doing fantastic. It's a great day.
It's been a long time, man. We haven't seen Dan in how long has it been since we've actually been in the same place together?
Probably the World's Greatest Tribute Band reunion show, circa January 2019.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So we have Paul on.
You're right.
Paul says jizz. What?
No, not G. That's G's.
Jeez. Jeez.
Jeez, jazz. That's getting dangerously close to something else.
I was like,
with no pun intended, that comes later.
Yeah. Response to the stop joke. I got it.
This is going to be a great night, guys.
I got it. I was just reading what they were putting.
Yeah. Oh, wait, there's Paul. Hey, we got to have Paul on. Paul.
Yep.
We've got, I didn't even know Paul went on Facebook. I never see him post on there.
I never see Paul. Does Paul post?
I guess he does from time to time, but So Paul, we gotta get in touch with you. In fact, we got to do Paul. We got to do Scott. We got to do Larry.
All right.
I don't think Marty has a page, does he?
Nope.
He's been able to.
One of the lucky ones.
Yeah.
Marty and Alan are off Facebook. Alan does have an Instagram.
Wait. Oh, Al, is that right? Alan got off Facebook too?
He's never been on it.
Oh, he's never been on it. Wow. Okay.
Good for him. Good
Wow.
for him. So we have a question from Scott Wardlow. So Scott wants to know, when's the world's greatest tribute reunion?
When is that going to be?
Well, I mean, I'm working with Katie Darrell, so we're gonna plan something. But all these shutdowns keep on kind of stumping our production.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we'll do something. We need something, definitely.
Yeah, probably.
So
in the
Scott,
summer,
we're it's on the table. We just need to wait till it's good time.
I tried to get her to do it in December.
You
Dan,
tried.
so we can say it's an annual event, and they shut me down.
They shut
on
it
that.
down. They shut it down.
No, you shut it down.
I did not.
No, you shut it down.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. You said no. We're not
Yeah,
gonna
because
do
it wouldn't have been a good scene.
But, but hey, Dan, were you surprised that we had your singing debut there?
Oh my God! Well, actually, that wasn't my
God,
debut.
for that one.
But that was my birthday at St. Rock. That was filmed by Steve Zukowski. Are you guys gone?
No,
They're gone.
you know what? So when I do that, that just means I'm highlighting you.
Oh, I see. Okay. So anyway, that was one of my birthday performances. From time to time, the band will give me a present, and it consists of them playing a Pink Floyd song and having me with the crowd sing the songs. And it has the potential for disaster. Really, it does.
How many times have you done it, Dan?
5.
5 times.
5
and it's
times.
always the same song?
No, I've done Young Lust and I've done In the Flesh.
Oh, okay.
What you just saw there was Young Lust.
Right.
On my 60th birthday in October of 2019, I did In the Flesh at the Coach House. And the great thing about it is that the audience is so forgiving. It's like being a comedian on The Tonight Show.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man! Well, let's get into your background right out of the gate, Dan. Where were you born and raised? I believe it was Southern California, but I'm not for sure about that.
Indeed, I was born in Whittier, California, and 3 days before Weird Al Yankovic was born in Linwood.
Wow!
Really?
Yes. So you can see some similarities there.
Yeah.
I was raised in Hawthorne, California, home of the Beach Boys.
That's right. That's right. Because you went to school with my brother-in-law. Is that correct?
Well, I went to the same school. I think he was a tick older than me, but yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
One of the guys that graduated with me the same year, 1977, was E.J. Curse of No Duh, the bass player.
Wow!
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know that. Wow!
What kind of a guy was he?
He's the kind of guy he is now. The coolest guy you've ever met in your entire life. When he came to the 10-year high school reunion, he was the only guy whose hair was longer in 1987 than it had been in 1977.
Wow!
Really?
Wow!
And he's a gorgeous human being, right? He's a beautiful man, and he's an immensely talented guy.
Yeah.
And he had a band called Silent Rage, which was signed to RCA Records. They got signed by Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
And his band was called Rage when it was high school. But so I got the treat of seeing his incredible band play at high school parties.
Wow.
Wow!
That's crazy. Now, do you know where he's living these days?
Well, I can't really divulge. I can say it's in the 818.
Oh, is it? Okay. So he is still local.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we know, Dan, we know you love music, but you also have another career that you love, and you're an attorney. You're an attorney.
Dude looks like a lawyer.
And I have drawn upon his expertise.
We all
several
have
times.
at different times.
I mean, there was a time where Dan, I think, actually was beating the clock in.
Oh yeah, but we're not going to mention that.
All right. He helped Led Zeppelin immensely, and we are forever grateful for that.
Yes, he has been a huge.
Yeah.
huge help to us over the years. So
I'm actually not a lawyer. I'm a tribute to a lawyer.
You will contribute to it. So aside from being an attorney, what kind of drove you to the music scene?
Well, it's interesting. I worked driving a truck out of the LA airport when I was putting myself through college. And I spent hours, dozens of hours a day with KMET and KLOS coming through my head.
yeah,
And I just, I absorbed that stuff. And I became, like a Trivial Pursuit guy without, it didn't exist yet, but that knowledge got put into my head. And I became a music freak, but I never could play an instrument. I can't sing, as you just proved so aptly. And, so I found ways of expressing my love for music that didn't involve being a performer.
sure.
Following bands, going to shows, collecting Columbia Record House 8 tracks.
Yes, yes.
Not to give away my age, but
No, I was in that club, Dan. I was in that club.
I was not.
No, hey.
well, the great thing about that is if you signed up, and you paid your nickel and you got your 28 tracks, and then they'd send you some stuff, all you had to do was write back and cancel it, because if you were under 18, it was an unenforceable contract.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Matt, wait, are you texting?
Well, no.
He's canceling the contract right now.
Someone was saying our audio was out during the
Yeah, I
during
think
the
it got
video.
fixed. Though.
Yeah,
I think it.
yes.
I think it got fixed, so we're good now. But so Dan, what is something interesting about you that most people that aren't your inner circle
I
wouldn't
know.
know?
He knows.
Wait, no.
He knows
Let
a
him answer
lyric
it.
to every single
no,
word.
come on.
Word
Yeah,
that I
but
say.
let him answer the question.
Okay, go
We're
ahead,
asking
Dan.
him.
Go ahead, Dan.
What are words for when no one listens anymore?
Right now, but that's what I love about Dan, because that he's gonna.
Have you
he's
ever heard
gonna-
of the game Encore, Dan?
Never. I'm about to be
man.
an expert though.
It's
You
an
would
encore
kill at
game.
it, man.
You're given a word and you have to sing a song, and you have to go around the circle with your team to sing a song for one word. We are not having Dan play this.
No, Dan would
no.
clear the table.
If Dan plays, he'd be on our team.
Oh yeah, that would
Yeah.
be the only way it would be happy.
It's insane. So keep that in your head. Encore. We play it quite a bit.
I want a 20% discount at Calvin's if I'm going to do that.
We play it quite.
Do you have a good mechanic there, Dan?
I do.
You do.
You're talking about a poker dealer that deals from the bottom of the deck, right? That's a mechanic.
That's great.
So to answer the question,
Yeah.
People don't know this about me, but I lived in Sacramento from 1977 to 1987. And I had season tickets to the Sacramento Kings the first year that they were in Sacramento they had moved from Kansas City. And that first year, I won a turkey by making an NBA 3-pointer at halftime.
You mean
Are you kidding?
like a whole turkey?
Wait,
You won a turkey?
I won a turkey.
Oh,
no. You also played basketball in high school, right, Dan?
I did. I was a member of the 5-17 1976-77 Hawthorne Cougars varsity squad.
5-17.
what
Oh,
is that?
man.
What is
5 wins, 17 losses.
Oh,
Man, that's rough.
and one of the victories was against the high school on Catalina Island.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
What position did you play, Dan?
Well, I was a forward.
Okay.
Because at 6 feet tall, I was like the third tallest guy on the team.
Well, now you're still a Lakers fan, right? Despite the season that they're having so far.
Is Russell Westbrook about the worst player you've ever seen in your entire life?
it's a
And
hard.
by the way, that guy went to Lusinger High, which is our crosstown rival at Hawthorne.
Is that right?
So I have no compunction about criticizing Russ.
Oh man, no, that was the wrong acquisition from the word go. Can't shoot the three, turns the ball over. It's like, man, I don't know what Pelinka was thinking when they pulled that trade off.
So we have April on. April says amazing things you learned about your husband on Facebook. I learned a lot of things about my husband on Facebook.
Did you really?
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Nothing that you can repeat? I'm just kidding.
All right, so let's jump to Which One's Pink?
Yeah.
What year did you join Which One's Pink? I don't even feel like I was born
Well,
yet.
not join, start.
Right. Well, the band was put together, over time, and it started out with Larry Eisenberg, who's the keyboard player, and I, sort of loving Pink Floyd and actually doing crazy things like going to the Twin Towers in Century City, and Larry playing acoustic guitar and me singing Dogs, if you can imagine what that would be like. And when '94, Pink Floyd toured, they played the Rose Bowl, 2 shows, and that inspired Larry to want to put together a band. So he put an ad in the Recycler, and it said, looking for people to jam to Pink Floyd, fun only, no professionals. That was how it started. And one of the people that answered was Paul Samarin.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well,
And but what's interesting is he answered as he wanted to be the guitar player, but we already had Gary Thomason in place.
I remember Gary. Yes. Yeah.
So Larry asked Paul, do you play bass? And Paul's like, yeah. So Paul showed up as the bass player, and over about 18 months, we finally put together an act to go and play our debut show at the Roxy. And the reason that we did that is I had been following around Sheer Heart Attack.
Yes.
Steve Zukowski's already been mentioned here. And, I had seen not only Sheer Heart Attack play, but a few other of the tribute bands that played on bills with them. And I was like, hey, this band that I'm watching being created, it is good enough to go out and start playing. So we went out and did a pay-to-play gig at the Roxy on a Sunday night.
Wow.
And I violated AOL's terms of service, right? So I went in and ran a search for every profile that mentioned Pink Floyd and had Los Angeles in it.
Really?
I sent them an invite to come to the show.
Oh, that's brilliant. That is brilliant.
And we had over 125 people come. Now, I know that doesn't sound like much, but for a debut show on a Sunday night.
Right.
That's good.
That's really, really good. Are you kidding? Man, that's
So
great.
That was February 8th, 1998. So we're coming up on the 24th anniversary here in about a month. And, things just kept rolling and getting better and better and better after that. I think maybe the main thing that sort of catapulted us into, being a credible live act was when we got our first show at the House of Blues.
Okay.
On March 5th, 1999. And that came about because I was reading the LA Times, and there was an interview with the talent buyer at the House of Blues. Wow. And he was talking about, how do bands get involved and et cetera, and they put his email address in this. This is 1999. I mean, emails, not 100% pervasive like it is now.
Sure.
I sent the guy an email, and he booked Which One's Pink sight unseen.
yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing.
For a Thursday night show at 11 p.m.
Was it the Sunset House of Blues?
It was indeed.
Sunset House of Blues.
Dan, what was that initial lineup? If you could name all the players, the original lineup.
Sure. Well, Marty Brummer's the drummer. He joined the band in June of 1998. So for all intents and purposes, he's been with us the entire time.
Sure.
But Gary Thomason was the lead guitar player. Paul Samarin was the bass player and lead vocalist. Larry was the keyboard player. Mm-hmm. And that's it. I mean, that was the lineup. Larry's cousin Mickey did a little bit. She's a female. Did the female backing vocals, but that was the lineup. It was
wow. Okay.
So we we have a question from Chuck Zones. I would be interested in hearing the background from the group of musicians. They are so talented.
Hearing the background from this group.
The
of
background
musicians?
from the group of musicians.
Well, that's what Dan's talking about right now. He's
Right.
talking about how it all came together.
Right, that's true. I mean, you know, one of the things that's interesting is that Larry Eisenberg has a degree in music theory from a college in New York.
Oh, really?
And so he then went to law school, and that's how I met him. We're both lawyers. So that's how we ended up putting together the band. That's why we were playing Dogs in the parking garage at the Twin Towers. We worked in the Twin Towers at that time.
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, by the way, Paul just said Steve Lookner.
Steve Lookner was the original drummer. So he was the drummer at that very first show at the Roxy until Marty took over in about June of 1998.
I see. Does anybody stay in contact with Steve?
Yeah, I think I'm Facebook friends with him, and he does multimedia. He had I think it was like a streaming program where he commented on video games and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's in the business. He's in the industry, but I'm not 100% sure of what he does.
Yes. Paul, while you're still on, we'll probably go more in depth when we actually have you on the show, but I just wanted to ask you, over the past 24 years, did you enjoy playing bass more than lead guitar, or how has that worked out for you? Because he did bass for how many years? It maybe 13. Half that time? Yeah, 13. About half the time. So people might be interested to find out which one he enjoyed doing better. He did a great job on both.
Well, I'll wait for him to talk himself, but I can tell you that the answer is going to be guitar.
Oh,
guitar. Yeah.
Paul is a guitar player.
Yeah.
He says he just said he enjoys guitar more.
Yeah. Now, when the group started, Paul had to be pretty young because he's younger than all of us here, right? I mean, he
looks younger than all of us here, but we don't really know how old Paul is.
No, but he's definitely younger than us. There's no doubt about
that.
Yeah. So he had to be pretty young.
He's just one of those. He's just one of those peeps that never age. He doesn't age, right?
Well, he was in his 20s when we met.
But Paul says he could get really drunk and he was still able to play bass.
Good for you, Paul. Good for you.
Yeah, no.
I'm not sure, Jim, but I think he just insulted you. I think what he's saying is that bass is for drunk simpletons.
He's right though. I mean, bass. You only play one note at a time. That's why I'm able to play it.
I don't know.
I've seen you with the mandolin. Come on.
I don't know.
Okay, so when you initially started the group, Dan, what were you looking for in each member? I mean, did you actually have auditions, or did guys just come and you just said, "Hey, okay, let's jam on this stuff and see what happens"? Or did you run through a bunch of different players at each slot? How did that work?
Well, it actually came together pretty nicely. One of the things that happened was that very first time that we ever got together, where Paul answered the ad as a guitar player, but we already had the guitar player. We had a different singer. We had some other people. So we came into this rehearsal space and played some songs, and then everybody left the room. And then, but Paul and Larry and I were still hanging around, and Larry started playing stuff from the final cut. And Paul steps up to the mic and starts singing the stuff. And I took one look at Larry and said, well, so much for that other singer, because it was clear that we had found, a superior talent. So once that happened, the drummer, Steve Lookner, was in that initial cut, as was Gary Thomason. So for about a year and a half, that was kind of the lineup of, we get together and play in people's garages and that kind of thing. So, we basically, that first ad that Larry placed resulted in the formation of the the kernel of the band.
Yeah, so you didn't have anybody that came in that you thought, yeah, not gonna make the cut here or anything like that?
No, not at that point. I mean, Steve Lookner then, was busy doing other things, so he decided he wanted to leave the band. And what's interesting is that Marty Brummer had placed an ad looking to start a Pink Floyd tribute, and he said, "I have Nick Mason's parts covered."
Oh, wow.
And we saw that ad, and it was perfect. So Marty actually came to a show where Steve was the drummer, and that was Steve's last show as a drummer, and then Marty took over.
I see. Wow, that's interesting.
So we have a question. When are you coming back to the LA arena?
Area.
Area.
Area. Sorry.
Well, we're playing in Hollywood for the very first time since the House of Blues was closed, and that's at the Bourbon Room in Hollywood on Hollywood Boulevard. It's near the Pantages, and I just went and saw Orianthe there on Saturday night. It's an amazing room. It's really got a cool Hollywood vibe, but the sound in there is really warm, really good, and I think that people are going to enjoy that show. That's going to be on March 26th.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right. So let's actually do our little. We have your upcoming shows right here that we can show. So these are your shows for the next. I mean, this is actually to the end of the year, right?
Well, as of right now, of course, things get added. We're quite a bit out from the end of the year, so that is our currently confirmed schedule.
Yeah.
Okay.
As of now.
Great.
As of now.
Now, I want to comment on two of these shows, the first two. So we're very excited about the February 5th show with Project UFO. I am a massive UFO fan. I think they're one of the greatest bands ever.
Yes.
And Chris Silva is the drummer in that band, and I saw them down in Seal Beach a couple of years ago, and they're really fantastic. So I'm really excited about that show. And then we're playing the Canyon in Agoura Hills on February 12th.
Oh, yeah.
And our female singer, Tali Azarad, anyone who's seen us with her doing the Great Gig in the Sky knows what a talent she is. She's opening that show with her original band.
Wow.
Wow, that's great.
That's awesome.
What are we doing on the 12th?
I don't know. We'll have to look, but if we're not doing anything, we'll be there.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
That's
we'll be
awesome.
there.
Yeah, Tally's. Man,
Tally's amazing.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal singer.
Yeah.
Well, she actually sat in with Led Zeppelin one time and did Battle of Nevermore at the
That's
Grove
right.
in Anaheim.
That's right. That's right. Man,
It
this is
all comes back together, full circle.
so. From that first year together, Dan, how did the band evolve over the years? Like as far as member changes and from chronologically, if anybody would know, you would.
She's been there from the beginning.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
The second show we ever did was a show with Sheer Heart Attack.
Okay.
And remember, I had been following them around, so I was friends with them, and I found out they got booked at Billboard Live, which then later turned into the Key Club.
Yeah.
And so at that show, which was our second show ever, was in April of 1998.
Yes.
Steve Zukowski was up there doing sound check for Sheer Heart Attack, and he started playing Wish You Were Here on his 12-string.
Right.
And so we went and invited him to come and sit in with us on Wish You Were Here that night.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Steve Zukowski's in Which One's
Because he's a phenomenal guitar player.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's an amazing
unbelievable.
guitar player.
Yes.
You stole him or borrowed him?
No, he joined the group.
Well, he guested a couple of times, but then he was in. Yeah, and I don't know when that exactly changed.
Yeah, well, let's see. So once he joined the group, about what percentage of the time during the show would you use him on tunes? Was there a lot of stuff that he was able to add to?
Yeah, 80%.
80%.
80%.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was the rhythm guitarist for that period, and then in 2003, Gary Thomason left the band, and he was replaced by John Stack.
Yes.
Johnny
So,
Stack.
John.
Yeah.
So John Stack became the lead guitar player in 2003, and so that was really our only lineup change. So you had Steve kind of joining, and then Gary left and John joined. So we still a stable lineup. And then John moved back to New York in 2011, in February 2011. So that's when we switched over and brought Paul into the lead spot, and then Scott Richards joined as the bass player.
Yes. And then it's been that way ever since, correct?
Well,
Oh, you, Alan.
No, so and then Steve Zukowski got too busy with other projects like Led Zeppelin and God knows what. I call him TBL for Tribute Band Legend. The guy's been in every tribute band. I mean, it's amazing. The guy plays guitar to songs that he hates.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, but
he's a savant. That
he is. Yeah, no, he was a phenomenal player. I had the pleasure of playing with him for 11 years.
Yeah, 11 years.
So he got so busy that Alan Moreno ended up taking his place as a rhythm guitarist. And in the meantime, about 2005, Nick Fedeska took over as our second keyboard player.
Yep, I remember when that happened. Yeah,
and so with Pink Floyd, a lot of their early stuff is basic rock and roll configuration, bass, guitar, keyboard, drum. But as they got into the wall and they started adding a bunch of production and horns and strings and Nick really came in and added, the punch and filled out that sound so that we could do stuff from the wall in later records.
Well, when John joined in 2003. He's a very accomplished lead vocalist as well. How did you guys determine how you would divvy up the lead vocals? Did Paul do like all the Gilmore and no? How did that work?
So I mean, Paul can sing both Gilmore and Waters, and he's amazing. So what we did was we would just give John a couple of songs to take the pressure off of Paul. John is a great singer. And by the way, on shows where we couldn't have our female backups, John could sing the female backups. I mean, it was incredible the way he did that. But in terms of lead vocal, I mean, that was Paul's ballywick. But sometimes John would sing Have a Cigar, or he would sing Money.
Yes.
And then there's things like Run Like Hell, where there's a trade-off of vocals, and so in those songs, switch back for, or Hey You. So John would come in at the end with that screechy, don't tell me there's open.
There's that voice.
Yeah,
see why they didn't have me do it.
Well, so now actually Scott and Alan are doing some lead vocal responsibilities from time to time as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think more Scott than Alan. Alan really does backing vocals, although on Hey You and Run Like Hell, he does the trade-off that John used to do. But I mean, we bring when we don't have the women, we bring 4 vocalists to the table. Right. Yeah, that's important because Larry does some vocals as well.
That's right.
And then when we bring the 2 girls, now we've got a 6 vocal lineup. I mean, so we can bring a wall of sound. I mean, Ronnie Spector died today.
100%.
Ronnie Spector,
wall of sound. But that's something that I think gives us an edge on other bands, because if you don't have the power of to be able to take the records and bring that power of the vocals, it can sound tinny sometimes.
That's right.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Right.
You're right.
So Dan, over all the years, what's your most memorable moment with Which One's Pink?
Well, I got 3.
You got 3.
Great.
We want to know.
I'll do them in chronological order. Okay. You guys were at one of them. So we did the Mock Rock Festival in Sacramento. And it was sponsored by Mark and Brian.
Yeah, Mark and Brian. I remember that.
And it was super hot that day, if you'll remember.
Yeah.
But in between the bands, so it was Sticky Fingers, the Rolling Stones tribute, Hotel
Yeah.
California, the Eagles tribute, Led Zeppelin, and Which
Yep.
One's.
Yep.
Yes.
And they were expecting about 2,500 people, and they got 7,500. The place
Yeah.
was mobbed.
It was-
Nice. I remember that night.
powerful.
Yes.
But in between the bands, Mark and Brian were doing skits, including Gibson, the world's tallest dog. And then they had that girl who had to eat a 12-inch hot dog by shoving it down her throat. I mean, it was just off the hook. So that was an incredible moment, I think. Then there was the time in 2005 when Alan Parsons, who was the engineer on the Dark Side of the Moon and mixed Pink Floyd's live sound on the Dark Side of the Moon tour, came to the Canyon Club and mixed our live sound on the Dark Side of the Moon. That was crazy.
Man. Yeah, I remember that happening. I believe
a legend.
Yes. Oh man, he was just in the Get Back documentary. Did you see that?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Man.
He's about 6'6". He's about your height.
Yes. You're right.
Oh man. Yeah, I remember that happening. I remember Zeppelin was playing that night. Otherwise, we would have been there. That must have been a phenomenal experience.
It was packed. It was totally packed. I mean, that was probably the biggest crowd we ever had at the Canyon Club. I think I heard 1,400, and that place's official capacity is like 600.
So
Dave Lipton says the first time I seen Which One's Pink at the Canyon Club, Alan Parsons did the sound for them. Does anyone know what year that was?
what year?
2005.
2005. Wow.
2005.
So Dan, have you guys ever had the pleasure of meeting any of the original band?
Wait, he has one more memorable moment to
All right.
convey.
All right.
But I have an answer to that question as
All
well.
right. Okay.
So
All right.
the third one, and I'm not counting World's Greatest Tribute Bands because that's too obvious, but we got booked to play The Wall at the Pacific Amphitheater at the Orange County Fair. And it was crazy to go out there, do that incredible classic album in front of, a packed house in that classic venue that major touring acts play there. And there we were, doing The Wall. Amazing moment.
I remember seeing video of that. The crowd was just massive. That was awesome.
Yeah, Manny has some good video of that.
Yeah, he does. Manny always has great video and picture. We love Manny.
Yeah,
He's
great.
amazing. He's
Great
amazing.
guy. Before we go to the next one, Sal has a question for you.
Sal, I am your father.
Oh yes, that's true.
Okay, what was your answer to the question about meeting any of the Pink Floyd members?
Well, there's a couple of occasions. So in 2003, David Gilmour went to play The Tonight Show, and Larry and Paul wrangled their way into sound check and were able to converse with Rick Wright and David Gilmour. There's some photos, I think, of Larry handing Rick Wright a Which One's Pink sweatshirt. So we know he has it, or he had it. He passed away, unfortunately, a couple of years ago. And the story that Larry tells about that is Larry says, "I'm the keyboard player in a Pink Floyd tribute band." And Rick Wright says, "Oh, so you're me." So that was kind of funny.
I remember that. I remember seeing the picture with Larry and Rick together.
And then the other one was in 2006. Nick Mason had a book release at the Virgin Megastore, and being the sort of diabolical lawyer that I am, I emailed his publishing company and said, "Hey, we've got a Pink Floyd tribute band, and we got a mailing list of several thousand Pink Floyd fans. If you will give us a pre-show meeting with Nick. We'll publicize your event.
Wow.
And they agreed. So there's photos of that. And the whole band went in and we chatted with Nick Mason for, 10, 15 minutes before he went out and did his book signing.
Wow.
Did you get any
Wow.
pictures with him at all, Dan?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's pictures up the wazoo. There's
Yeah.
tons of pictures.
That's awesome.
And we played that night with Zepp again at the Vault 350. in
Oh,
London.
I remember the vault. Yeah.
Wait, the vault.
The vault.
Oh, man,
I remember
was a
that. That is a long time ago.
Well, so a lot of people don't even know this because it's been so long ago, but we actually played many shows with Which One's
We
Pink.
did. We did.
And what did we call
Yeah.
that, Dan?
Well, we call it. It was named by Steve Zukowski,
Yep.
and they were called the Pink Zeppelin shows.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
And
Right.
it was crazy. I'll tell you, the very first one happened when both Which One's Pink and Led Zeppelin got booked to play on the side stage at Aerofest at Irvine Meadows.
I remember that.
Was phenomenal.
Yes, that was amazing.
unbelievable, Dan.
What year was that? What year was that?
That was 2000. No, it was 2003.
Yeah,
2003.
that was in the beginning.
That was a phenomenal experience.
That was really cool. But because of that, the owner of the Galaxy in Santa Ana, who also owns the Coach House in San Juan Capistrano, got the idea of booking us to come and play at the Galaxy. So we had never played there before. And when we got there, it was completely overrun, like ridiculous. They way overpacked it. And even with that, there were dozens of people who couldn't get into the show. And that kicked off maybe 6-7 years of Pink Zeppelin shows that were phenomenal. And eventually it got to the point where it's like, well, you know what? We need to go our own way because each of us can draw our own independent crowds now.
So,
Yeah,
so
that's right.
why are we not doing a Pink Zeppelin reunion?
You know where we should do that? We should do that at the
Pink
Saban Theater, Dan.
Pink Zeppelin
That would
reunion.
be awesome.
You know, also Saban at the Starlight Bowl.
Oh man, that
Pink
would be
Zeppelin
incredible.
reunion. We need to do that, Dan. We need to do that.
Well, that sounds good, but I want to make sure that our show, we were booked to play last summer with the Alan Parsons Project. We were opening for them.
I love them.
Wait,
yeah,
and what happened? Was it because of COVID that it didn't happen?
probably.
Yeah, Alan Parsons canceled all of his gigs.
Oh man.
So,
Ouch.
Starlight
Yeah.
Bowl, yeah, that sounds good, but first we got to play that show with Alan Parsons. Damn it!
Yeah. I think, man, but I'm going to mention that to James Elliott about the Saban Theater, though. I think that would be just off the hook if we were to do that.
You know what?
That's an incredible venue too.
Yeah.
Bring it on. I
Yeah.
get 100%.
I think we need to do it.
So, Dan, what, other than Pink Floyd, what are some of your other favorite bands or artists?
How much time you got? I got a sister that's 8 years older than I am, and she poured all kinds of Motown, Stax, R&B, Beatles, Turtles, Birds into my head when I was a little kid. And then I became, a classic rock / almost prog rock fan, everything from Supertramp to Yes to Queen to Deep Purple, Zeppelin, you name it. I'm a massive Steely Dan fan. I have a daughter named Asia. I have another daughter named Layla. I like Eric Clapton, although a little question about his conduct recently, but we won't get into that because did you say we're supposed to be frivolous and
So you mentioned Asia.
Yeah.
I love Asia, and I don't know if Asia is a very well-known band, but I love Asia. Love them.
but she's named after the song
I can't.
Asia, AJA, not the band Asia.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, I love the band Asia.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
was the heat of the moment.
Oh, no, I was going to say one of my favorites.
Oh, man. So now of the upcoming shows, you mentioned two of them in particular. Any other shows that you're very excited about that are coming up here, Dan?
Well, I did focus on the two that we're having Project UFO and Tally open for us. I think that Bourbon Room show has the potential to be really excellent. The vibe in that room is really cool. It's warm, but it's Hollywood. And it's been so long since we've really played Hollywood. The World's Greatest Tribute Bands, we used to do those shows, Whiskey, Roxy, House of Blues. But, now this is a new up and coming venue. And I think it's going to be an excellent show. That's March 26th. Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Is there anybody in there?
Talking, you just weren't able to hear us there, Dan.
So, World's Greatest Tribute, that was 2013, 14? 13.
The first one we did was 2013.
13.
And the second one we did was 4/20, 14.
Oh, so it was the very next year.
No, I'm sorry, 4/20/16.
16.
Oh,
Okay.
16.
So-
Okay. All right.
We had a 90-minute show, and I had been bending Katie Darrell's ear, trying to give her a hook to bring bands back.
Yes.
It's like, well, you've already played. What do we? They don't need to see you again, right? I'm like, no. Have us come back and do the Dark Side of the Moon in its entirety.
Yeah.
And then she's like, hey, 4/20.
Yeah.
So that was our second appearance. And
That
we had
is
90 minutes.
Responsible for that happening. We got on there and did Zeppelin 4
Yeah.
because of that whole concept.
Yeah.
And yet, where is my referral fee?
Yeah.
I mean, you just admitted it. That's evidence I'm going to collect now.
Dan, we got paid as much as you did on that show.
Yeah. But $98.50.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to do it again. I'm going to hook up with Katie and we're going to plan a reunion.
Yeah.
At least. And we're going to do a reunion.
That'll
We
be
can come
great.
back.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. We're going to do it as soon as all this nonsense ends.
Oh,
But,
yeah. No.
Again, this is a show of where important topics of the day are largely ignored.
We can't ignore this one. It keeps
we're ignoring
it's taking out band members now. Two of my guys in Deja Vu have gone down with COVID last week.
They're down. Yep.
I'm going down, down.
All right. So we've talked about the shows coming up. What do you think the future of the tribute bands hold? What are we looking at this point?
What's interesting is I think there's been a little bit of an evolution. You have the sort of classic rock tribute bands. It started out with like Beatlemania and Wild Child, right?
Yep.
In the 60s. Then we got the 70s. Then came the 80s, and now the 90s guys are kind of ascendant. I mean, did you see that Damage Inc. just played an official Metallica event in San Francisco?
Good for them. Bands, right?
Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them.
And by the way, anytime a tribute band gets a major gig like that, like when Joe Hire got to sing with U2 on stage at the Forum, that's it. The whole community celebrates that.
That's right.
We all love that. It's like, oh my God. That's awesome.
In fact, we're going to have Joe on in the next month or so.
Yeah.
And just talk about that whole situation, what it felt like for him to be involved with that. That was absolutely
it was literally a point and a come up.
Yeah, well, he saw him out in the
audience. You look
audience.
like me.
Yeah, he said, "Where am I?" He says, "Oh, there. Okay, yeah, come on up." I'm like, "What?
Unbelievable!
What must that have felt like?" I mean, that had to be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, amazing.
But in terms of the history, so what's going to happen now? Is it going to be the late 90s, 2000s, 2010s bands? I mean, rock and roll is really struggling right now. I mean, there's classic rock and, K-rock, but it's really struggling out there. I mean, maybe there's room for someone to do like the Black Keys and the White Stripes and the Killers, and to take those shows and play with some of our 70s, 80s, 90s bands. Because I think you could put a Black Keys tribute on with the Rolling Stones tribute, and I think both fan bases would love it.
I think you're right. I think that would be a good match. Yeah, no doubt. And I know, because we're talking about the same thing, Dan. A lot of the groups that I'm involved with, particularly TLR, Deja Vu, Purebred, our demographic is getting older. And so at some point they're going to be saying, yeah, I don't want to go out and, watch live music at this age. But now, not so much with Led Zeppelin, and probably not with Which One's Pink either. The fact that we've got teenagers, a lot of teenagers that come to the shows. Both bands do.
It's good parenting.
Yeah, that's right.
Here's what you should do, and this is free. I'm not going to charge you for this.
Yes.
You guys should do a set of Greta Van Fleet.
Hey,
That'd be awesome.
that's not a bad idea.
Your own opening act.
Right?
That's right.
That's true.
right.
You're right.
That's not a bad idea.
That's true.
I mean, Swan already has the Robert Plant Nation.
Yeah.
Right? But
Yeah.
do some Greta Van Fleet. Try to draw in some
Sure.
of the younger folks.
Your crowd.
That's
The
a
younger
great
crowd.
idea.
Yeah,
That's a great
that's true.
idea, Dan. Yeah, I'm going to mention that to him. In fact, I'm going to call him once we get off here.
We're calling him right now.
So I helped Led Zeppelin 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm helping them now.
You
We
did.
appreciate
You
it, brother.
did. Dan, you are
And-
you are invaluable to us.
Oh, man.
We love every bit of you.
So someday I might force you guys to let me sing "Going to California" on my birthday. You're like,
Hey,
all right, I've been enough inflicting this damage on Which One's Pink fans. Zeppelin fans, you're in for it now.
oh, man. No, we'd love to have you, Dan. We'd love to have you. Just let us know when and where.
Thank you so much for being with
Yeah,
us
thank
tonight.
you.
We
Thank you
have
so much, Dan.
appreciated you, and we love everything you bring to the table. I love every song you bring to every word I say when I'm when I'm in your presence.
It's never a dull moment with
It's
Dan.
amazing, yeah. And we look forward to seeing you within the next couple months.
Yeah, hopefully we can get out to that Pink show on the 12th. I'd love to see Tally.
Are you guys booked?
I got to.
We're gonna have to look, but if we're not,
Yeah.
we're
Well,
there.
in
we're
fact,
there.
the night before we're at the Bourbon Room with Zepp again. That's
So
funny.
so
It's the
so
11th,
most
I know
likely we're
that.
not, because
Yeah.
it's not a back to back. So
That's right.
if we are not booked, we will be there.
Yeah,
we will be there.
Canyon's 20 minutes
Yeah.
away. That
Yeah.
would be great. I'd love to see Tally's band.
Yeah.
By the way, Alan Moreno, our rhythm guitarist, is also in Tally's band. So
Oh, great.
it's really
Okay.
soulful and funky, and she's just got a wonderful voice. So
She's phenomenal.
I hope people come out and see her. Come early to see her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
buy your tickets to that show from her, so that
Oh,
she
there
gets
you
the
go.
credit for the sale.
That's great. Where, now, does she have a website that they can do that from, or would that be on Facebook, Dan?
I think she has a Facebook event, and if she
Okay.
doesn't, I'll make sure she does.
Okay. That sounds great. That's a great point. That way she gets credit for the ticket sales. Okay. Great. Well,
Thank
thanks
you,
so
Dan,
much, Dan.
so
We
much for
appreciate
joining
you.
us. We love
spending
you,
the evening
and we'll
with us.
see you. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's the Dan we know. That's the Dan we know.
All right. Have a great night, Dan. That's great.
It's the world according to